So every December, we run our very special 1 million minutes campaign where, rather than asking you to donate money, we ask you to pledge a little bit of your time to help end loneliness. All you have to do, as ever, is scan the QR code in the top right-hand corner of the screen, make a pledge to visit our website, itv.com/1 million minutes. You can find all the information you need just there. We are, Susanna, just shy of 45 million minutes pledged.
Just wait, though, because that is going to go up during this interview. Because earlier this week, we met Mark Forster, who was inspired by last year's campaign. Let's have a look at his story.
Not everybody can donate money, and I certainly can't, so I thought I could donate time. They were asking for time, and I had it. I called a guy up called Barry. He's 90 years old. Hi Barry, it's Mark. How are you doing?
Okay, thank you.
And we sit and have a chat for an hour or so. And he's a great guy. It just makes me smile. I always come off the phone with a nice big smile on my face.
So there you go, that's Mark. We know he's smiling. In the studio with us now is Barry Taylor Gregson, his phone pal. 90 years young, lives alone. And of course, Barry, I'd imagine the phone calls from Mark have been an absolute treat for you.
It's been wonderful because, you know, you can be very lonely. I live in a big house all on my own. And I had a stroke and I'm very tottering, and you get sometimes very down. But this matching service, which the Royal Voluntary Society do, is absolutely a lifesaver. And he's been so good. He's always there, and I always think about talking too much, you know, because I talk about everything with him. I'm very fascinated because, you know, we talk about Poland because Alexandra, his wife, is Polish and so on. And, you know, I just love that. And I used to teach history and so on. So it's been a godsend. And so people who are committed regularly to be there, and needs consistency, you know, to do this for an oldie, or someone, you know, being completely alone.
Yeah.
It's a lifesaver. Otherwise, you can get dementia and all these horrible things, and you need to be stimulated. Whatever it is, if you've got somebody who's got that in common, you're very, very fortunate, and Mark has that.
I love it.
It's
Barry,
so
there's
kind.
nothing old about you.
Well, I am old. I've got to... I mean, I know 90 digits, but, I mean, it's a fact of life, isn't it?
Now, before you saw that video, had you seen Mark's face before?
Never, but he described he had a beard. I didn't realise that, because you have an image of people before you meet them. I never imagined a beard.
No. Well, let's actually bring you two together, because Mark is also here this morning. He's coming in.
What a joy. I've never met him.
There we go. Finally, we can get you both together.
Mark.
Oh, Mark! My word, he looks 100 million years younger than I thought he is. Oh, God. How wonderful, Mark.
Great to meet you.
Isn't that incredible? Actually, to meet my lifesaver. You know, you look a very young man. Everyone looks so damn young, don't they, to me?
Oh,
Very handsome young man, good beard.
Thank you. I had it trimmed yesterday.
I had a hair chop yesterday. My son said, your hair looks a mess. It's a mop. And he was waiting for me when I came back from hospital after the eye jab yesterday.
Right.
I had an eye jab, you see.
Okay.
Wow.
Because it sort of obviates macular degeneracy.
Oh, yes,
and
we don't want that.
It's getting better, they said, slightly better.
Well, that's
So you've had a haircut, you've had a beard trim?
He's had a beard cut. I've had a hair chop. And
You're both looking very smart.
I look sort of anything like what you imagine, because, I mean, I never imagined you looked so young.
You're taller than I thought. You're taller than I thought.
All right. Is that
I
because we...
stand up. I'm 5'3" or 4", and I think there's an inch with the heels, isn't there, when they check you up at the medic centre.
Mark, I want to talk to you just about... Because, Barry, you've talked about how Mark's calls are a lifesaver.
Absolutely.
But what do they give you, Mark? Because one of the things about volunteering is that it can actually bring a lot of joy to the person who's giving as well as the person who's receiving, of course. What does this relationship with Barry... how does that enrich your life?
It makes me feel great. I mean, I'm really busy most of the time. So having a downtime to talk to Barry and listen to Barry, all the lovely stories he's got to tell me about his travels in Russia and in Italy and Sicily and things like that. And we talk about history as well, because we've both got a shared passion in history.
Bore him to tears.
It's a highlight of my week. Yeah, I love it. I do look forward to my Friday.
Barry's already talked about the matching service that happened to bring this together. You joined all of this up because you were inspired by 1 Million Minutes, weren't you, Mark?
Yeah, I was already doing some charity work here in London, and I wanted to do more, but coming to London's quite away from Hampshire. So when I saw the 1 Million Minute campaign come up, I thought, here's my opportunity that I can do something more, but from closer to home.
Because you don't actually have to go anywhere. I mean, you've had to come here, you know, and it's wonderful for you to actually
meet him, isn't it?
Barry.
Marvellous.
But it's incredible. The phone call, isn't it, Barry, that you look forward to?
Oh, it is. You know, 5 o'clock, Friday. Oh, yeah, I'm waiting. You know, no distractions. I'm not going to, you know, do anything else. I'm ready.
I'm ready to hear the week's news.
Yeah,
no,
it's lovely, the sort of rapport, you know, and I'm fascinated with Poland because his lovely wife, Alexandra's Polish. And, of course, I love anything like that, you know. It's breath of life for me, really.
Isn't it just?
Absolutely.
So, Barry, what would you say to people watching who are thinking, I'd like to have a nice conversation with someone like Barry every Friday afternoon?
Well, thank you. It's the consistency, the regularity, the commitment. You don't want someone sort of, I can do it this week, but not next.
Yeah.
You want somebody committed. And it's a very, very noble thing.
But, Mark, I would imagine that you would say, once you're paired, if you're doing this phone pal part of the 1 Million Minutes campaign, you look forward to that conversation as well. So the regularity is not an issue for you.
It's not.
No problem at all.
So what would you say to people thinking about volunteering or thinking about what they can...
don't think about it, get on and do it, because it's so enriching for you as well. I mean, to hear the joy in Barry's voice when I call him up on a Friday night, it just makes my end of the week fantastic. Yeah.
And presumably there is a process of matching people with similar interests. So you're never going to have a conversation that's not as interesting for you. Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. We matched up quite well this time, yeah.
Quite well. I'd say extremely well.
It's a fabulous thing to see the two of you. You can see why you get on so well as well, and you've got so much to share.
It's godsend, isn't it, really?
Really very, very special indeed.
Have a laugh together.
Look, we are so close to 50 million minutes. So just to remind you one more time, here is the QR code. You approach gently with your camera on camera mode,
yeah,
don't
camera
you?
open.
You click on the QR code on your camera and then it will pop up with a link and then you click on the link and that will take you to our 1 Million Minutes webpage.
And there's all sorts of things you can do. This isn't necessarily the only thing you could do. You could help to transport people to their local hospital if you need to. Phone conversations with people. There's so many amazing things you could do which would make a massive difference. You can see the difference it's made for Barry and equally for Mark.
And can I say thank you to you both? Because since you've been on air, meeting each other in person for the first time, we have hit the magical 50 million minutes.
Yes, Martin.
Pledged.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
5 million minutes.
You've inspired 5 million minutes being pledged, Barry.
Oh, OK.
You've still got it.
Imagine having 5 million minutes of conversation with Mark.
Yeah, yeah, OK.
I think that'd be easily done.
Yes, I think it would. Well,
joy.
Absolutely brilliant.
Thank you so much for coming in. We'll let you two go and get properly acquainted in the green room.
And have some breakfast. Yeah.
Well, thank you for organising this and doing it. It's been wonderful.
Yeah, it's been great.
I mean, it may never have happened. I may never have met you. And here we go.
Well, we wouldn't have even been talking about that 1 Million Minute campaign.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
well,
stay there for a bit, though, Barry.
Right.
Don't worry. We're not throwing you out just yet.
I can't leap up.
You can't leap up. Unfortunately, we've got Laura over there.
we need to bring you a weather forecast first.